Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for the Immortal Thor issue 18, 2023. Oh, yeah. Thor's head, the rest of those villains that we'd seen, that's a really good cover there. Especially with Hyde and Cobra pretty much going for it. It's like, let's get into this. The son is better, even if born late, after his father's departure. Gravestones seldom stand by the wayside, unless raised by a kinsman to a kinsman. From the high ones lay the elder Edis of Saemund Sigvason. It's like, ooh, let's crack into it. Would you know more? Then know this, that some tales end. In a past cycle, before the last of the great Ragnaroks, Thor found himself bereft of the humility he had learned over centuries. In this lessened state, he grew wrathful with Midgard, and, allied with evil old Loki and Amora the Enchantress, he sought to work the realm of iron into his own design. A dark future was thus created. Yet even in Lord Thor's shadow, one light shone, for he and Amora had a child, who bore the best parts of both their natures. The boy's name was Magni. He was the god of strength and the hope of Asgard. And then his tale ended, showing Magni with Mjolnir. It's like, holy shit. Lord Thor unmade that future, granting the memory of it to his younger self as a warning, and Magni was unmade with it. Yet now he stood in Thor's own hall, his ending unwritten, to be continued. I'm not sure I understand, Mother. It's quite simple. I tricked Thor, well, guilted him is more accurate, into boosting my magic with the All-Power. That gave me the power to rescue you from that defunct timeline when I spied you in it. That I can fathom, but the why of it continues to escape me. I love that. It's like, yeah, and why'd you do this? Then I like the little panel there to like focus it on her face. Why? Because Thor's going to die, of course. What? There have been prophecies and augurs, Magni. Dour portent shown me by a black winter. Death hangs over my head. 'Tis true. But 'tis also true that the god of thunder will never yield to it. Not without a fight. Focusing on Thor's thing. Yeah, I'm gonna fight this thing. I'm glad you have such faith in yourself, Thor. But if you're wrong, Asgard needs an heir. Where would the all-power go if not to your child? You play to be the power behind the power, do you? It's like, she has a point about the all-power, but Sif is like, yeah, what of it? I'm only to advise the throne. It'll be nice to be Queen Mother around here instead of occasional prisoner. But you are not my mother. How can you be? And this time I was never even born, nor is this Thor my true father. I, the Thor who sired you, was damaged, missing the part of me that is Gaia's son as well as Odin's son. A stern parent from the memories he gave me, and I would not be that. There's a game that mortal fathers play with mortal children. I always hoped I would one day attempt it myself. Oh, what is this game called? Catch. And I kind of like that, because you see Thor's face, and he's like, yeah. He's kind of like grinning a little bit. And I love it. They start doing a game of tossing Mjolnir, which is kind of great. I know that you now decide who is worthy to hold the hammer, All-Father, but to entrust Magni with it so? I have let you down badly of late, Sif. But I am not so trusting as you may think, for I did not deem him worthy. I thought it seemed a touch heavier. It's like, oh shit, he's strong enough to just fucking hold it. But how? Is there finally something the wily enchantress did not protect that may be worth all of this? 'Tis true. To those denied it, the hammer is as heavy as it needs to be. But my son is the god of strength. He is what he needs it to be. Also, it's like, oh shit. That's interesting. We'll have to see how that works. But if I have not truly earned this hammer in thine eyes, I'll throw it back. 'Tis good that you do. And it's like, ooh, and I kind of like this interaction. It's been a while since I've dealt with Magni, but him being brought up like this, it's cool. 'Tis good that you do, for that is the game. Catch. Tell me, did your Thor ever take you hunting as they just shoot the shit, tossing the hammer? It's great. 'Twould be good to do so again. What quarry would we pursue, my not-quite father? Catch. Why, the most rewarding on Midgard. Supervillains. I'm like, yeah. Alright, let's see how this rocks and rolls. And so the hunt began. And on Midgard, on a cold rooftop, the quarry awaited. So what are we now? Gods of bait? Cheese in the trap? I'm bored, gentlemen. I have a mind to tell Augur where he can stuff his money. Into your bank account to join the first million we earned, I hope. You're being far too emotional. Of course I'm emotional. I'm all dark emotions made flesh, which you provoke at your peril, sir. And money is little good to me while I'm pacing behind the bars of a cage. Hyde is right. Why the middle of Manhattan? Why rooftop? All this. It is too much in the open. I have no wish to return to an American prison, Mrs. Braves. Would that be such a problem for you, Gargoyle? As we see them just, like, bickering back and forth. It's like, yeah, this is not the best team-up. Eh? Must have been, sure. Is it not so for you? I have no plans to be apprehended. Thor is out of favor with the authorities. There's never been a better time to kill him. But if we fail, then upon my arrest, I will be taken to an unremarkable building in an unremarkable room, and there I will wait. Within the day, there will be a knock at the door. Certain intelligence agencies have spoken to certain others. Deals have been struck. I will be asked, politely, to do something very quiet, or something very loud, but always very deniable. And when I am done, I go home, and I count my money. Such is the life of a radioactive man. It's like, you dick. And I really like how, even though he's just telling this, quite frankly, we get panels that show people, like, listening to him, and then showing him, like, gesturing and everything. Whenever you're doing that, that's always nice to provide some kind of change in movement. Your smugness is intolerable, sir. And if I must beat it out of your green hide, then by God, I hide! Oh. Looky. This is really kind of cool up top, and then we get our action money shot with our heroes. Up there, the day was fine and clear, yet now hanging above their heads like a sword the rainbow. No mortal who saw the sign in the sky did not know what it portended. There was no need for any further display of power, unless it was to make the point clear. Thor was coming. He came to take vengeance. You began this, villains of Midgard, and he did not come alone. And now the gods of Asgard end it. When we are done, you will confess to every crime against me. And it's like, oh shit. We got Sif, Magni, Amora, and Thor. Beginning with whose hand is behind this. Speak, rogues, and perhaps I will show you mercy. We see Hyde's like, I ain't fucking round. Here is my confession, sir, written in blood. I have made myself the living embodiment of all the evils of man, and I hold it for no other reason than spite, to spit in the face of loving gods like you. It's like, well, ain't you a bag of ass? Who? Hyde, named for a tale, a mortal fiction that holds him like a demon, a brute of unimaginable strength. Unimaginable, you say, and I love it. There's fucking Thor's son right there, just doing his shit. It's like, do it, Magni. Because I can imagine a lot, as he just... And Hyde's like, Hyde, mon dieu, serum. Easy, Calvin, don't try to talk. My serum, my formula. I know you have some, Cobra. I need more. A double dose? Zabo, if I do that, it'll kill you. If you don't, it'll kill you. More, I say. More. And he is beat to shit. It's like, oh, goddamn, with just one punch. Make it count. My Cobra gas will buy you a little time. It won't last long in this weather, but if you pardon the irony, it gives us a moment to breathe. As we see a little thing, and then poof, like panel. Oh, let's do this shit. Gargoyle, as before, take the advantage while they're blinded. But I am Sif, who guards the Rainbow Bridge, sister of Heimdall, bequeathed his gifts. I am never blind. And compared to the serpents I have battled, Cobra, you are a pace snake indeed. As she just fucking cracks his ass. Woof! Cobra's down, but his smoke remains, and with it my chance to even the odds. Like so. Pardon, madame. Oh, don't apologize. This is fascinating. A spell of transmutation concealed in your touch. As we do see it attempting to take Amora, but not working quite. But quite a primitive one, don't you think? So easily countered. No! And I see... And then she's able to pretty much turn his ass. Oh, don't fuss. I've done you a favor. Gray really wasn't your color. As he's turned green, it's like, oh shit. Be sure thy spell is temporary, Amora, lest yet another mortal crime be laid at my door. Yeah. These supervillains are foul beings indeed. What cursed miasma is this that brings such tears to godly eyes? A noxious brood that has given me trouble enough of late. Storm winds blow it hence, and let us see our foes plain. A fine sight indeed. The battle is all but won. Only one of the rogues is left to answer thy questions. Two, actually. As we see the wind being, the smoke being blown away, and then we see Hyde. It's like, oh shit. So please, ask away, as he's fucking huge. And I really love the perspective there. And it's like, Magni's small, and then he's like, rawr. And then this is nuts to see Magni just like cracked out like that. It's like, oh god damn. And I like the progression of the paneling down as we see this going on. Amora, Magni cannot fly unaided. Use your magic to catch him. Is that a note of worry I hear, Thor? The lad means something to you. A red-headed stepchild? Magni would survive the fall. Any mortal he landed on would not. True. Now there's a pleasant notion. 2 birds with one. He punches Mjolnir and fucks his hand completely up. Arrgh! There's a lesson for the boy to learn here, and for you, Hyde. There is no level of strength that will aid you if you cannot land the final blow. True. As Thor just racks his ass with Mjolnir, and it's like, yep. Bravo. 4 gods against 4 mere mortals, Thor. Hardly an equal contest. I call it turnabout, Doctor. You outnumbered me before. Now the roles are reversed. But my offer of mercy stands. Confess all, and this can end here. A generous offer, Thor, and I'm happy to make a deal. But not with you. Astrid Mora. It's like, what? Alias Amora of Asgard, alias the Enchantress, you are under arrest for corporate fraud and grand larceny. If you and Thor do not surrender immediately, we will use force. And it's like, okie dokie, let's see how this goes. Oh dear, well I suppose the game had to end sometime. This was a game to you, Amora? Congratulations then. You won all you wanted. But thanks to you, I have lost all the treasures of this world. Let me see Gargoyle there, like, fuck. We will talk more of that, believe you me. But first, we must bring young Magni home to heal. Call the Bifrost, Lady Sif. If Chen will not tell us his secrets, we can do no more here. Say make a bad situation worse, as we see Dario looking on, and then the Bifrost popping out. Live from roof of Roxton HQ, Asgardian terrorists escape justice. Right. Fucking corporate media bastards. Corpos. There, Amora's sins find her out at the very scene of her crime, and the mud sticks nicely to Thor as well. Good luck mending your tattered reputation now, Odinson. On a related topic, how long before my return to the boardroom, Mr. Lowry? Dario Agro Jr. should be ready for public appearances in 3 weeks or so. Sorry it ain't sooner, but it's better to take the time. Even with the groundwork we laid on your new identity, it's still quite a lie we want folk to swallow here. Begging your pardon, sir. I do appreciate the begging, Lowry. But don't fret. I understand that's the difference between the true gods of Midgard and those tourists. We understand the rules. After all, we wrote them. It's like, you fucking asshole. Dario Augur laughed in good humor and toasted his invented son, the company that would soon be his again. And most of all, toasted his pantheon. And on the road out of Manhattan, his laughter found an echo. Ha! 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 It's like, okay, that's kind of crazy. Something funny, Hyde, aside from your face? So rare to see your Calvin Zabo form these days. The more serum I take, the faster it burns out. I'll remember that in the future. That's not the joke, Cobra. It's all Chen's big talk from earlier. Look at him now. The big nothing sealed in a lead-lined suit in the same Black Maria as the rest of us. All shipped back to Ravencroft together. I see pessimism in one of those lower emotions you've chosen to embrace, Dr. Zabo. But you're right. In one respect, we 4 travel the same road, it seems, and it will arrive at the same place. The most unremarkable room in a most unremarkable building. DLS LLC. Private Prison Solutions, a subsidiary of Roxton Incorporated. To be continued. So we shall see. And we also get If They Be Wordy. And then we get a look at the next one. This is not the story of the immortal Thor. Taking a little detour here. The All-Father had a journey to make to a far star, and so for a time the Golden Realm was left to rule itself. And even in the absence of the king, the story continued, and each Asgardian had their own drama to play out. These are the tales of Asgard. So, this was a pretty good one. I liked how it showcased Thor and Magni, and how similar they were compared to Magni's father Thor in that darker timeline, and them playing catch, understanding that Magni is the god of strength, and how that kind of changes things up, and that it's heavy, and that he can put his strength against the worthiness enchantment, which is very interesting. But he was not being an asshole about it. Instead, if I'm not worthy of it, I throw it back to you, and showcasing that he's good, and that he understands it, and is worthy of it. And then seeing the Asgardians go after the Pantheon and just pretty much wreck them from what was kind of going on was very interesting. Seeing how Dario was playing it up, seeing how they dealt with Hyde. Hyde just being a complete and utter asshole and getting his shit pushed in by Magni, pushing back after utilizing more of his serum. Thor showing how the tactical way of taking down Hyde was very nice, but then still being put off that Amora had been called out for what she has done, and putting Thor off more. Dario pretty much playing himself up as his own son, and very much gloating and using his powers as a billionaire, and rich fucking asshole to pretty much play off and make Thor slandered for pretty much the authorities that he's using for that. It's like, fuck you, asshole. So we'll see how that kind of works out. The villain's being shipped off to a private Roxxon prison completely makes sense. So we'll see how the story continues to flow after we take our detour and see the Tales of Asgard. So I really enjoyed this one. I've been loving the art style. Even though I like the art style that we had in the beginning of the run, this is still great and good in its own kind of difference. And the action is just fucking great. I mean, this shot of fucking Hyde being taken down by Thor. It's good shit. So, those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.